thank you so much for tapping on my video. My name is Claudia, and today I'm just going to be doing a do-it-yourself faux lock tutorial. So these are the extended locks. They're 36 inches. I'm just going to be doing a voiceover, just showing you by detail how I did it myself at home on super short hair. Like, I literally don't have any hair. I cut off my hair earlier this year and I just kept doing it. So you're just gonna be seeing on a TWA or TWA, I don't know what it's called really, but yeah, that. And also I'm just gonna be describing the variations that you would do if you have longer hair. I use 6 packs of hair and 2 packs or 1.5 pack of the deep wave hair. That's about it. So your girl was tired. I started recording early in the morning, but this is how bald-headed I am. Like, I normally shaved off the back almost every week when I had my pixie cut, so the back is shorter than the front. But it is possible to do this hairstyle. Just know this is for you guys. I used the 18-inch Nu Locs Bobbi Boss water wave 22-inch. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna cut it in half anyway. And shine and jam, you need this. And yeah, so first I want to explain that these locks don't come naturally like this long. You literally have to do that yourself. As far as I know, there's no company that's doing crochet locks that naturally comes 32 to 36 inches. So you have to do this part manually. So what essentially you'll have to do, and I'm going to show you, I'm just telling you right now, is you'll just lock these together, tie them up in a knot, and then burn it. I burn it. Some other people might not burn it. I think there's other methods, but I want to secure it to make sure that it doesn't unravel. The loop is kind of undetectable, so you have to kind of open it a little bit. It's hard to see, but you'll have to open it a little bit to find the loop yourself. Which kind of, you know, it makes the process a little longer. But for right now, this is like the only brand that they have that's really good for these distressed looking locks. So you gotta make it work. This is how you do it. This is how you make it extended. You open up the loop yourself, and with another lock, you find the bottom of the lock, which is mostly like a twist. So essentially with the other end, like the end of the other lock, you'll go about unraveling it a little bit, or you can just literally just break it apart. You just break it apart like this, split it up so that it's like the two. And with the original lock that you had the loop open with, you're gonna go back and open it again like a dumbass. You're gonna go ahead and open it back up. So what you're gonna do is the original lock, you're gonna go about opening the loop. So what you're gonna do is, of course, separate the end of the lock. With the loop that you have open, you're gonna go ahead and push it through one of those open ends. You can also just do the extension of the lock at the very end if you rather do it then. You want to make sure to pull down the lock so you can get as much length because we're going to be doing knots. We're going to tie those 2 ends that you see here in a knot so that we can secure it. So you're going to be literally doing just a regular tennis shoe knot just with the 2 ends of that thread. And for security, I do it twice. You can honestly try going for a triple knot, but it'll look kind of bulky. So at this point, you'll notice that you still have some extra hair after tying the 2 knots. So what you're going to be doing with that is rolling it around the thread. Honestly, you can do it in any direction, but I would say try to do it in the direction that the thread is going so that it doesn't kind of stick out. But we're going to be burning it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The alternative for burning it, it will be to just cut those 2 ends off. So you don't have to burn it. If you don't want to burn it, you can just cut the 2 ends off, but just not too close, that you'll kind of unravel that knot that we made. And for me, I just personally burn it twice for security. So now you have your extended 36-inch lock. Now you're just gonna go ahead and part your hair. I don't like mine too uniform. You're just gonna go ahead and detangle after doing that, and brush it out if you want to. You don't have to. You can finger detangle if you prefer. This is just me. Next, you're gonna get the shining gem and just put it all around that part that you have. So on all 4 sides, you're just gonna put the shining gem and then brush that out. You're gonna go ahead and take a rubber band and secure it around that part that you created. If you have longer hair, you're gonna go ahead and braid your hair down. You're just gonna braid your hair all the way down to the end and secure it with shining gem. Even if you are braiding, you're gonna secure it with the shining gem, and that's it. That's all you need to do. This part is for people who haven't ever done the crochet individual locks before. I just wanted to show how it opens and closes, and how this is relatively safe for your hair despite the method that we're going to be doing. With the crochet needle open, you're going to go ahead and thread that through your hair. So underneath where the rubber band is where you're going to thread it through your hair. Now you're going to go ahead and get your lock, and with the loop, so with the open side of the loop, you're going to just push that onto the open end of the needle. You just want to go ahead and kind of push forward a little bit and then back just to make sure that the whole loop is in there. Then you're going to close the latch. Once the latch is closed, it's safe to pull back. So you're just going to literally pull back and it's going to stay underneath the rubber band. And if you're doing your braids, or if you're doing this with your braids, you're just going to be doing this at the very top of your braid. Next, you're going to reach down and get the very end of the lock and put that into the crochet needle as well. So you're just going to go ahead and put the end of the lock in the crochet needle. Once it's in, you're going to close the latch and then pull that through the loop of the lock. At this point, it's safe to go ahead and open up the latch and take the crochet needle out and just pull through the thread with your fingers all the way down to the base. Once it's there, you have completely secured the lock. You're in the clear now. There won't be a possibility of somebody just snatching your hair and having that whole lock come out. So you've done the job. Now you should have the secured lock and your natural hair out. Next, you're going to go ahead and take that deep water wave and just cut it right in the middle. The middle looks really noticeable, so you're just going to cut it at that mark. With one of the halves of that hair, you're just going to go ahead and leave out this small amount here and place that small amount of hair next to your natural hair. While holding down the short end of the water wave in your natural hair and the lock, you're just going to start wrapping. Wrapping is you just kind of flattening out the longer side of the water wave hair and wrapping it around everything else. So you're just going to be wrapping it around flatly about 5 to 6 times. You don't have to do it flatly. If you want your hair to be distressed, you can start just doing the method I'm going to show you in a few seconds from the very roots to the end of the wrapping. Now you're gonna go ahead and start wrapping down the lock now. So you're just gonna be still wrapping flatly down the lock, just until all of your hair is covered, all of your natural hair is covered. So I'm going to be linking down where I got this method from, but essentially you just take a piece of the water wave hair and just wrap that around loosely. My piece of advice is for this type of hair, the water wave hair, you want to just kind of comb it out a little bit so that it doesn't look too uniform when you're wrapping. But yeah, essentially you're just kind of picking out a few strands from the wrapping hair and just wrapping it around loosely, and you're just going to continue to do that until all of the hair runs out. And I don't know what happened, but it's like as soon as I decided to record myself wrapping, it just started looking so uniform and weird. But honestly, you can fix that, and I'm going to show you how I fixed it later on. As you can see here, I'm just kind of using my nails to go against the grain and push up so that the distressed look can show. Once you get to the very end of your wrapping hair, you're just gonna start wrapping the last piece around itself. So you're not gonna go downwards or anything like that. You're just gonna kind of wrap around itself. Once you do, you're just gonna go ahead and use the lighter to burn that out. Some people, they find it, you know, secure enough to just leave it, but I don't, so I burn it. Now, as you can see here, I'm just going to be tugging at some pieces of the secured lock so that I can get the distressed look to kind of show. So this is the final product. It does look very stiff at the root, so what you do is use mousse, lots of it, and you're going to go ahead and put that on throughout the whole head, including the back side. Don't forget the back side. And you're gonna go ahead and oil your scalp, the whole thing, and you're just gonna go ahead and gather the hair together and wrap it up. So please be sure to like and subscribe. This took me a really long time, so you know, I would love it if it paid off in some way. If you have any questions or concerns, you can leave a comment down below and I will respond. Also, if you'd like to DM me personally or anything like that, I'll leave my Instagram in the description bar just in case it's needed. But